Hey everybody, how are you? Happy Monday, June 8th. Nice to see you. I hope you had a great weekend. I am going to hit it running today because I'm really fired up over something I learned this morning. So I want to share with you, and the title for today's vlog was just why pride is more important than ever right now, and it really is. So I'm from a small town. I know I mentioned Petoskey, Michigan a lot, but actually I'm from Emily City, Michigan, in the Thumb area of Michigan. So, you know, Michigan's held up, it looks like a mitten. And so in the little Thumb area, Michigan, that was my hometown. So I grew up there. And back in the day, it was about a town of like 2,000, 2,500 people. My dad owned a hardware store that was passed down from my grandparents. So it was like small town America. Not the most liberal community, I have to say. So I was in the closet growing up. It was a different world back when I grew up, and for a lot of people, and you lived in fear. And unfortunately, the community is still living in fear, because I learned this morning there is a church on the outskirts of town, and it's called Gateway Assembly. And the Gateway community, it's a very conservative church, and they decided to post on Instagram this little photo of the preacher's son spray painting the Progress flag, and it went viral. And they actually, people downloaded the post and everything. I got it before they took it down, and they're very anti-LGBTQ+. And what infuriates me so much is that you there in that church and other churches, and I'm not saying every church at all, because a lot of them are affirming and loving, are teaching your parishioners and your children to hate. And so it's just an awful situation. It's been going on, and we can be better people. Our government now has just swatted a hornet's nest with a stick, and it's made people mad if you're supporting DEI. It's like a 4-letter word now. And you know, this affects my career. It affects our communities, it affects our lives, it affects our safety. And it's also anti-LGBTQ+. We can live in a better world, folks, than what a lot of people are teaching their children. I grew up in a family that everybody thought was hunky-dory at home. You know, it's like what appeared on the outside was not necessarily what was going on the inside. And I was taught to hate, and so was my older brother. And marginalized communities were spoke of very inappropriately at our dining room table. And so now when I go out and speak, I tell people, and I ask parents, and I tell parents, please be better stewards of your children. So I'm asking these places of worship, wherever you're at, be inclusive of the LGBTQ+ community. Jesus, whatever you believe in, but Jesus, you know, accepted prostitutes and people in the community and people that were different. And that's what we should be teaching, that love is love, and teaching love and not hate. And what a better world for us to all live in if we embrace our community, let them be who they are, accept them, belonging, be inclusive. It's that awful word again. Be inclusive for all, because the more productive and loving our communities are, the better our community is. So this really disturbed me today. It rocked me a little bit, and honey, I'm shooting this photo all over the internet because I want people to know what's going on. And it's not a news flash for me at all. Not a news flash for a lot of people. We know things like this are going on in our communities, but it's important now more than ever for all of us to come together. Pride is important. Our LGBTQ+ month is important, but so is the rest of the rest of the 11 months that we have. And it's not all about the bars and drinking and going out and parades and stuff. That's great. But we need to be proactive in uplifting our communities and protecting ourselves, because this kind of stuff is continuing to happen. Here locally, just last week, Friends Pride flag and some of their potted flowers and things with the Pride flag in them got thrown down their steps. And, you know, that picture was on the web as well, and I reposted that as well. These are the people in our community. So be aware, look out for your neighbor, Be a great ally. We need our allies more than ever, and be a kind, hopeful, and wonderful person. That's what we need now more than ever. So get involved in your own way, however you can, to lift up our LGBTQ+ community, our marginalized communities, so we can be better not only for Pride Month and for the rest of the 11 months that we have. But we have an opportunity now to be better and more loving and wonderful human beings. Thank you for watching today. I appreciate it. Got a lot of stuff going on. Just lectures and surviving, honey. That's what it's about. Subscribe, like, and share. Be kind. I like to hear from you. Be a good human. And thanks for checking in always and the positive comments. I appreciate it. Much love to you, and I will see you on Thursday with lots of good news. Be fired up. We need to. We need to be a good human. I'll see you soon.